What's up, boys? Today we're going to be raining thunder down on the zombies. We're doing a full tank caster, building around the bombing strike supercharge. Drops a bunch of bombs around the entire screen, and you can eventually convert it into electric. We're going ability cooldown, some tanky stats, some movement and attack speed, so we can reset the cooldowns a bit with some items in the game, and then a bunch of electric based stuff. For the other squad members, we're looking for the engineer who has, I think, the most electrical tags, including another electrical plus explosive weapon that even reduces the cooldown of one of your other abilities whenever it explodes. So we are definitely looking for that. And for the third, I think probably just the medic. The ghost does have some good electric tags and would be pretty cool to use, but it just feels like the game is currently tuned in a way where you have to have the medic to recover from the eventually insane amount of unavoidable damage right now. So I haven't really found a way to get around that without using her yet. Maybe there's some combination of items, but I haven't really found it yet. So for now, we're still just taking the medic in basically every run. She'll give some good healing and some damage blocking shields, and then a bit of freezing. We're actually going to go for the Saw Blade first, because as you can see, my damage is pretty bad, and the Bombing Strike cooldown is quite long. This is always active, so it'll give us some much needed consistent damage right now. The bleeding effect, and I think we will max this out first as well, just to chop everything up. The bleeding effect does percentage-based damage, so that's always going to be useful for any builds. Yeah, that's much better. And then it's already ready to evolve. I think we'll take the other one, the elemental based one. That will give us a little bit of freezing synergy with some of the medic stuff, and then that will probably combine nicely. Here we go, fire and ice damage types. And they're half and half, so only 3 of them are freezing, but oh well. The electric effect that we're focusing has a chance to stun enemies, so combined with the slowing effect from the freeze, we should have a lot of crowd control later on. Let's see, EMP Grenade is the explosive plus electric thing that has the cool evolution to reduce another ability's cooldown whenever it explodes, so we definitely want some of that. Let's go ahead and level that up here. The energy shield ability is also extremely good. I don't think it's good, but I kind of want to try it. Sapphire's okay. You could probably banish the magnet thing. I guess that is the stun effect. 22% to apply electrify and hit, stun for 1 second. So I guess that will last 2 seconds now. I don't think it works on bosses. I've never seen a boss get stunned by that before. Here we can go either ability crit damage or movement speed. There's an item that gives some nice ability stats scaling with that, so it's a bit worse now, but I'll go for the greed and try and get some extra area and stuff later on with that. So energy shield is fantastic. I think we will go ahead and grab the point in that. Bombing strike, we can start leveling that up now that the saw blades are carrying the early game. Does it show the modifiers from items? No, it still says 1 second on that. It also has a 5% chance to do a small amount of damage. And then it also has that percentage scaling in the bottom right for all of your electric tagged abilities. We'll grab some more energy shield. Let's go ahead and finish that off. It's getting pretty close now. We can add another freezing effect to that, and then it becomes one of the best caster abilities in the game, I feel like. Just hitting basically the entire screen with multiple different crowd control effects. EMP up to level 4. Level 5. So we're looking for a medic, and there we go. Experiment is another explosive, has 2 different elemental tags. Sure. Energy shield up to 5, yeah. I'm going to try and stack as much ability cooldown as possible on the tank. Re-grenade, no, we want the cooldown reduction one here to fuel our other abilities. On the tank to get as many of the thunder bombs raining down as possible. Weapon cooldown. That's not good on tank or engineer. It's okay on medic. I don't think I'm going to take that. Grab some ability damage onto the tank. Ooh, early ban hammer, yes. We can go ahead and ban whatever we want then. Don't care about that. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That's not bad either, but we can start trimming down the pool for the items and the military trainings now. A lot of the time it takes me like 40 plus minutes just to find the ban hammers, so that's a pretty quick start. We can go Fury Unleashed for a bit of buffing. There's a little bit of a synergy between the tank and the medic where that will also give health regen as well. We don't want either of those ones, I think. So just take the bombing strike level. It's showing Electrify on them, but it certainly isn't interrupting their current attack. Here we go. Every EMP grenade explosion reduces the cooldown of a random ability by 15%. So having that gives you a bit of extra cooldown scaling because you're reducing all of your abilities and then you're reducing that, which is also reducing your other abilities a little bit more. It's not going to be huge since it's only one ability and 15%, but every little bit helps when you want as many explosions as possible. And then here we go, Sub-Zero, Frozen Status. Doesn't massively reduce the range like the other one. Bombing can go up to 4, that's fine. Let's get some more electrical tags, I think. And then again. Let's go ahead and grab a level in that for some extra health regen. So we can freely start banishing these now. I find health regen to be pretty low value. These are all fine. We'll probably take ability damage, I think. There seems to be diminishing returns on crit chance for some reason, but damage doesn't really have that. Definitely electrifying bosses. But I'm not sure exactly what happens. It might be that if they're not currently doing an animation, it will stun them. But if they're like charging or swinging the axe, it definitely doesn't seem to do anything. Might just be doing only the damage. We can banish that and then grab that for more ability cooldown reduction. 15% chance for half off. Get that up to level 5. Let's see, we can go either fire or chemical with that. I don't think there's going to be many fire tags other than the saw blade. We'll have a decent amount from the medic even though she's not really going to be using that, but it will at least provide some slowing and a little bit of damage over time. So we're probably looking to go chemical on that one. Level 2, we'll grab that just to have it. We'll grab Fury so we can get that up to level 5 and buff the entire team at the same time, I guess. Yeah, you would think a 2-second stun would be noticeable, but it definitely isn't on the bosses. Weird. Bombing up to level 5. Let's banish weapon crit damage. Area has pretty heavy diminishing returns, and we will probably get a decent amount of that from items, so probably just crit damage here. Onto tank. Trying to build around him. Another Fury, it looks like. I don't think we really need that anymore. Sapphire for each 3, that's 5? That's not bad. Not sure if it's worth it later on, but it's pretty solid right now. We definitely do not want 1 count on that, and we're looking for the chemical there. Actually, I guess with the ban hammer, you can just freely ban those versions anyways, and then you're more likely to hit the better ones. Oops. I almost never get it this early. Here we go, supercharge, EMP bombs instead, dealing electric damage. And we're already up to 26 tags, which gives us a 77% bonus damage, plus a pretty good chance of stunning or dealing a small amount of bonus damage on top of that. Experiment up to 3, or I guess that's up to 4, yeah, that's not bad. There we go, Electrocution Venomous. It always activates if you get hit or dodge or parry, which will come into play a little bit later on, but we mainly want the chemical for the slow debuff. That up to level 5 so we can convert it to freezing and apply a bit more consistent effects with that. That's the chemical. We'll take some Fury up to level 5. Again, I could have banned that. Attack speed and crit chance kind of work with the solar panel item, but we're just going to get a ton of cooldown reduction, I think. So we'll banish all the weapon-based stuff. Guess grab that one for now. Onto the tank. Here we go, the freezing conversion. Cooperation, now shared between all survivors, a large buff to all of the stats on it, and with the medic synergy, I guess that's probably already active anyways. There's only one health regen stat. Here's the solar panel to give cooldown reduction, definitely want that. We can banish that. I'm not sure if I want that later on, it would be cool. I doubt we'll have the slots for stuff like that though. Especially when I'm already taking weird electric stuff just to fit the build. Let's go electric turret here. Turrets. Level 5, we can get that ready. We can banish some weapon-based stuff. Grab some more ability damage onto the tank. And then eventually with the banhammer we'll be able to get down to just 3 or 4 choices, and we should always find ability cooldown. And that stat actually doesn't seem to have that severe of diminishing returns compared to other stats like area and duration and stuff. So it can still be fun to stack a ton of that. Cooling, I don't like that one. The range on it actually seems to be the radius of the circle. So if you're cutting that in half, I believe that's actually cutting the total area by 75%. And then with the diminishing returns on the area stat, you're never going to be able to get it back up to a decent area with that evolution for it. Let's see, probably the taunts. That'll pair nicely with the taunting turrets, I think. If we could get up to 10 slashing tags for the 5 times damage, that actually would be quite good. But I don't know that there's a whole lot else for that. I guess you could take items for it, but I don't really want to grab like 2 or 3 slashing items for that. Go like that, and then I could grab that, but we have free banishes. I don't think it's going to be necessary, and you can get a free banish each time anyways. I don't think I would ever use that. We could grab that early on. I don't think it's necessary. Let's banish that, and then I think take that to make the solar panel trigger more often, and then give crit chance for those abilities that are even lower cooldown. Gaslighter's really good, it's just not that interesting. I like getting items that are based around making your items bigger, or your abilities bigger, or lasting longer, or making them come out more often, since all of those stats are fun and they feel impactful. Here's the taunting effect for the turrets. Yep. Let's grab a resus level and then probably stim pack. At level 5 we can grab plus 100 armor for that, which is a huge increase in survivability, especially for very high cooldown reduction builds where you can get it up to 100% uptime. I like grabbing some health for the crits. We can probably banish XP, since that's a pretty low value level up. And this is lower than that, but it applies to everything. Gives you survivability at the same time, and also increases the solar panel triggers, so a little bit of flat cooldown reduction. Unless you're already hitting the 0.2 second cap on that, which I doubt we are. Especially with unevolved weapons right now. Once we get the minigun for the tank and the laser for the engineer, that'll be a lot easier to get good uptime on. So I like this for huge area on the bombs. We can definitely banish that. Mod ship is potentially decent to combine with solar panel plus the chocolate box. Help stack that up a bit more. I'm not sure. We could probably take it for now to help out. And then maybe replace it later on. Stim pack up to level 5. Tough skin, there we go, 100 armor. It has about 1/3 uptime by default, but we'll be getting a lot of cooldown, probably a bit of duration, and we have the solar panel already as well. Oops. Thought he was taunted there. I'm thinking probably level up a fast attacking weapon next to really maximize those solar panel triggers. So we can go shotgun into eventually the minigun, which is pretty good. Taser into the laser is also quite good. As well. Man, we got the super early banhammer, and I don't think I've seen a single ability cooldown on the military trainings yet. But eventually, they will have to show up once you banish enough. I'll ban weapon here. I'm honestly just gonna reroll since we get a free banish each time. Rare crit chance is not bad. We have the pickup range thing. I might want to ban duration. Let's see, tank doesn't have any scaling other than the Fury Unleashed. And I think that'll be fine. Engineer does have some good stuff, but again, I'll probably be fine with just stacking cooldown, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Grab the rare chance onto tank. Oh, I'm also looking for the compass item that gives you a bunch of stats based on movement speed. It gives you ability damage, area, and duration, I think. So that'll probably solve any sort of duration needs we might have for the builds. Let's finish that. And then go ahead and take that for now. Probably replace it later on. Oops, didn't give myself enough time to get out of the charge there and got surrounded. Pump action, yeah. Taser. Jesus, where's the cooldown? Let's banish that. I'm gonna reroll. Movement is fine. There's some cooldown. We can banish that. I think I will take that for the item that scales with it. You do need a decent mix of the stats just because the diminishing returns are so severe in this game. Then we'll grab the pump action. We can banish that. Nah, let's reroll that. We can banish that because it's not interesting. What would I replace first? That's 6, 12, and 18. We could definitely replace that with a compass since it would just be a straight up upgrade to that. And we could also replace the mod chip. Let's banish that. Maybe one more. Halves your max HP 3 times healing. It's actually not bad if you get tanky enough, but I don't think we're going to go that this game, and then we're going to need more time to banish stuff, it seems like. But you can see why getting the early banhammer is so strong in this game with all of the junk you have to sift through. Let's go ahead and grab the Tesla, since that constantly attacks, and I think it has a bit of a chain lightning effect to nearby enemies as well. Only goes up in magazine size. Let's go ahead and try to finish off the minigun now. Another rare movement. Let's banish armor. It's good, but I'm trying to get down to some very specific stats that give fun effects. Mainly cooldown, but also the movement speed, since that will eventually, hopefully, give us area and duration and stuff on top of damage. Maybe I'll leave movement speed in and just take it when it's a high rarity. Banish that. I should... Well, actually I could take that, and then we lock one, and then we have a much higher chance of getting good stats. Actually think I like that. Out of these, it would have to be Sapphire or Mod Chip, so probably the Mod Chip. But I think the Sapphire is all of the same stats as the Compass item. So here's the minigun, so we can eventually replace the Sapphire just because it's a pretty small increase comparatively. and almost all those stats have pretty bad diminishing returns later on. Tesla. Minigun gains attack speed, that's important for it. I think we want to get the defensive drone up now as well, so we get more regen and the extra damage shield on that. Getting very difficult to avoid most attacks now. Yeah, let's go ahead and start getting some points in that before it's too late. So currently we're at 36, which is a 46% chance. We have that doubled with the ladder. And then there's a 5% chance to deal 460, which sounds terrible, but we are close to double damage on all electric abilities. We can still get a few more tags on that from the engineer's weapon. Ooh, rare cooldown, finally. We want that for area. I could probably banish crit chance, actually. We'll get a bit of that from health, and it has diminishing returns for some reason, even though that doesn't really make sense. Put that on the tank since we're trying to max him out for this run. And with the military trainings, half of that goes to all of the survivors as well, so we'll be getting some for the engineer, who will probably end up being the best damage anyways. I got one... Oh crap, I forgot to lock down there, oops. Chance of transfer. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really even tell if it's stunning stuff or not. But maybe with that, I'll banish that one since we probably only ever want one military training. So we'll put that on the Sapphire. And then if I still can't notice the stunning effects on anything, I guess we'll have to replace both of those. I definitely need at least one more slot for the compass item, since we've got a lot of movement speed for that. Drone. Okay, it seems noticeable against trash mobs, but I don't see it doing anything against bosses. Yeah, the trash mobs are just perma-stunned now. Bosses are moving around like nothing's even happening. So yeah, I think they're probably just immune to the stun effects then. But they're not immune to the 10 tag for the freeze, which has a chance to instant kill them. So you get a ton of freeze tag and you can just one-shot them pretty often anyways. which is better than stunning them. Double electric item is kind of cool. I don't know if it's good, but I kind of want to keep it and see how far we can get with that combo. But I'll need to find something to replace. Let's get the minigun here. We want the defense, there we go. Adds a shield that blocks damage every 30 seconds and some bigger regen that's always active. I'm actually not sure if you can run through zombies that are stunned. Legendary ability damage without taking damage. We can actually banish this because we're using the wrench, which actually just scales better. And it's to the entire team, whereas that's to one. With half of the effect to the others. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can run through stunned enemies without taking damage in this, like you can with frozen enemies and like DRG Survivor, for example. But we'll probably find out later on when they become super tanky. Let's get that up now. More electric tags are actually pretty good. Laser attacks basically constantly, so that'll be great for applying the debuff. How does that work with the manual aim? Put that on the whole team and see if we can just target that on bosses, I think. Or anywhere we need to move through. Yeah, the doubled stun effect wasn't that noticeable on its own, but with the transfer effects, it's just like a constant chain lightning between them stunning them. That's actually really good for the trash mobs. So we could go 4 to basically everything. That would give a small chance to instant kill, but all the parts of that scale with the number of tags, so I don't know that it would be huge. It would be funny on that. Oh, we can replace the bayonet hammer with the compass eventually. But then I think I like everything else here. We can banish that. And probably just skip for now. Laser. Rare movements. I could probably banish ability crit damage. So I'm trying to go for like ability cooldown, probably health for survivability and the dual crits, movement for the compass stats. Oh, we need to lock something, that's right. I keep forgetting that. Let's lock that and I'll decide on that one later. Grab the movement speed. We can get some more freezing with that. I might need that. Well, we aren't actually taking that many hits now with the manual aim. I'll try and go for the freezing blasts first, I think. Yeah, the manual aim makes it really easy to just stun everything in the direction you're trying to go. Pickup range does give us area. Let's try and finish these off first. I'll maybe take cooldown for the tank or the engineer since I really like it on them. But let's not get too greedy on the infinite stats. Nah. Ability pickup. I actually kind of like that. But we're going to be getting a lot from the golden compass if I ever take that. It'll help now, and it's actually seeming exceedingly rare considering the insane number of items I've banned so far. If I hadn't taken so many movement speed upgrades, I would be really tempted to just get the other items with plus electric tags since they actually seem very effective now. But I think we've put too much into movement speed and we have to take the compass item now. Here we go. Oh, I guess it's just a regular compass. Let's banish that. So every 5 movement speed adds 1% damage, area, and duration, plus movement on top of that. So I guess we have to get rid of the banhammer now. It served me well, but I actually really like all of these items, so... I really like the banhammer as well, but it's not something you need to keep for the entire run. Just gets all of the bands out and then replace it later on for even more value. So pick up for area, movement for that. I guess that +5 would just be 1 trigger of each, so 1%. Let's go the area here. Freezing flasks. More crowd control. Oh yeah, I think I took one of the badge passives at the start for the compass as well. The attack speed and movement speed one. It's nice for the solar panel and the compass, even though the stats don't actually help a caster build without them. Yeah. Not sure if there's anything else I want, and we probably need a couple more banishes on the military trainings. Ability cooldown, we can grab some of that. I think I like both of those, especially if they're high rarity. Put that on tank for even more thunder bombs. It seems like you do take damage from running through stunned enemies, just from the frequency it's happening compared to how often I'm stunning them. Like, I basically shouldn't be taking damage if it did work. Well, it looks like I ran through him, but I guess I might have had the shield up for that. Medic, nah. Okay, that guy was definitely stunned, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. Yeah, if we really wanted to max out the tags, we could get 2 there and 4 there. But with 44, I doubt that's going to do a whole lot. Actually, let's not even do that. You at least get openings to move through the zombies if you're permanently chain stunning everything. Normally at this point into a run, you wouldn't even be able to move around the middle of the map because they don't actually spawn with any openings as they're moving towards you. Yeah, we took damage from a stunned guy there again. Cooldown on the tank? Nah. Well, weapon cooldown. So we may as well take the collection. Having 50% HP for 50% more damage just doesn't ever really seem worth it to me. I think I tried it one time and it was pretty underwhelming. That for 5% area, I think, on everyone. Ability cooldown onto the tank. Duration is okay. Could just go more movement speed. That'll work on everyone at least. I don't think weapon cooldown is that great on him, so probably just some ability damage. attack speed or crit chance would actually be kind of useful for the solar panel. Yeah, let's banish ability damage. It's useful, but it's just not that interesting. And then let's reroll that. Ooh, ooh. I think I'm going cooldown because the diminishing returns on that are pretty harsh. And that's a stat I really wanted to stack, so 1 rarity will do that. It's every 5, so the legendary movement speed is 5% of each. Oh, that works on his... No? Yeah, it does. It's the buff. But we can get attack speed for the solar panel or more area. So legendary movement speed would be 5% damage, duration, and area. With the compass scaling. Yeah, that guy was definitely stunned. So I guess what happens is at a certain point enemies become so tanky we can't kill them anymore. And then bosses will like funnel us into them even though they're stunned. And then we'll eventually die from that. Actually, pretty effective build though. It's nice being able to actually move around the map. Attack speed? Nah, armor. Attack speed on the tank, or crit chance on him. This will give us slightly more abilities with the solar panel. More fun. Legendary health. Gives us dual crit to everyone, and survivability at the same time. I think I will take that. I don't think we really need to bother with items now. Ability cooldown on the tank, that's fine. Movement? Or crit chance there? I don't know. Movement speed it is. Crit chance is fine. Attack speed isn't great on her. Ability would be just the stim pack, which should already be 100% uptime. I guess dodge or attack speed. Rare pickup. How bad is the diminishing returns currently? I guess I have to look at each person. Tank is our main. Ability area 216, which gives us 161. So it's around half as effective. Let's see what this does then. 161, 3%? What? So we should have gained 20% from that. And the diminishing returns bring it to 3%? What? That's insane! That's like over 80% reduction and we don't even have that much. What? That's so ridiculous. Attack speed isn't great there, may as well take that. It's just so bad. This gives me 37.1 up to plus 1.5. So we lost about a third of that on crit chance for some reason. That's tank. No, that's NG. No, that's tank. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything. I don't know, they both have weird masks. Let's see how bad this one is. 164, 4%. Slightly better. So it looks like 20% area is giving me about 3.5% right now. And we don't even have that much of it. It just doesn't make any sense. Cooldown on the tank. We are going to have to end this run fairly soon since we're already well past the good timing for YouTube, so cooldown for that's not bad. Extra freezing. I learned quite a bit about electric here. So the stun effect definitely does not work on bosses. It doesn't prevent enemies from damaging you. But even with that, the combo of the ladder and especially the Tempest is extremely strong. This is probably the smoothest run I've ever had in this patch because of the transferring the stun effect, like right there, all of those guys. And that, especially combined with the manual aim here, almost feels like cheating compared to some of my previous runs. Definitely the smoothest run by far so far. You might be able to get away with the Ghost instead of Medic here. You would probably need some health regen from military training to actually sustain the damage you would take. But that would give you a lot more electric tags. Actually, before we end, let's try and get the rest of the electric tags then. So we'll banish that. Oh, I don't have any rerolls left. We'll do a couple more items then, see if we can get the wizard hats for +4. Cooldown is probably the only thing with decent scaling. 61.8. Up to 64. So 2.2, but when you consider the amount he currently has, it's almost 3 times as effective. So that's actually quite good still. Tank crit damage. What if you just spin here? Can you just stun everything except bosses? It seems like it. Whee! I'm giving the zombies epilepsy! Area is just so bad, nope. There needs to be an auto-fire mode that just shoots your weapon in a circle like this, so I don't have to keep spinning. I guess it's not really necessary. The abilities are hitting often enough anyways. It's just funny you can do that and it's an actual valid tactic here. Guy is invincible, Jesus. We can't grab that one for 2 tags since we already have 6 and everything. So what do I replace for that? I guess since area is so bad, we could maybe do that. But that's all of our area. There's gotta be something else. If we're ending the run, probably don't need the military training thing anymore. So that brings us up to 46, which is a 56% chance to stun, and a 5% chance for 260 or 560 electric damage. 217% is not bad though. So if we get the wizard hat, we can get another 4 tags, which would be kind of funny. More cooldown. cooldown, tank, 66 up to 1.8%. That's still pretty good. Unlike area, which is extremely bad. Please give me the wizard hat so I can end the run. Nope. Wizard hats! No, wow. Alright, I'm only gonna give it a couple more because this is taking a surprisingly long time with the insane number of items that are banned. More cooldown. Up to 69.4%, nice. Do trash mobs even move now? I guess none of these even do anything here. Seems like the bombs combined with the two items might just stun all of the trash mobs before they can even get close to me. I'm not really aiming the weapon, but they're not moving. I guess electrocution is really good at hitting them as well. Yeah, the trash mobs are just completely stationary now. We did it. And it only took like 50 electric tags. But we could still get 4 more. Wizard hats! No. We'll try one more. But this is already way too long for YouTubers. And then I'll try and fight the giant boss horde and see how many of them we can take down. We don't really have much left here. Bit of crit chance. On the tank, that's not bad. Level 123. How many tags was that? 46, and we could maybe get 50 here. 56% chance of stun for 2 seconds. With the cute little electric combo, I actually liked that a lot. Here we go, one more item, a bit of crits for the Inji. No, you really gonna do me like that? Rip. Alright, we're gonna try and fight the bosses now. The absolutely massive hordes. If I can, like, group them up maybe. Actually getting pretty laggy with all of them on screen and all the chain lightning effects and everything going everywhere. But the trash mobs are basically completely stationary. There's a revive. ability... Oh, crit chance for the tank. Yeah, I guess we should try and hit them with the saw blades if we can for the bleeding effects. Probably gonna die from like one hit though. Oh, something hit me. Looks like I ran into the stunned zombie right there. But we got a bunch of them. Tank actually did 466 million. That's not bad. But if we had put even a little bit into the engineer, he would have doubled that at 835 million. Wow. Wow, 320 on the saw blade. All of that cooldown we were stacking was almost completely useless. 69. Holy 5 million? That's so bad. What? Alright, the bombing strike skills are terrible. My god. That's like comically bad. That's like worse than the medic's weapon. How? The healer's weapon did more than your main ability on the build? What? That's like mind-blowingly bad, my god. We had 217% damage for all electric abilities. We had basically every item. Compass 32.6%, double electric, cooldown reduction, dual crit chance, +3 to tags, well 2 for most of them, and then plus 100% ability area. We had 69.4% cooldown, 168% area. So we had an increase of 163, which gave us 68%. So that's less than half as much. But we don't even have that much. Like, why are the diminishing returns so bad? Weird. Then NG 256 on the energy shield, 245 on the turrets, 147 on the laser. Was actually pretty good with the manual aiming there to chain stun everything that was in front of me. 134 on the electrocute. Medic 19 on the experiment. 11 on the freezing flasks. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.